Hello, my friends, and welcome to part 9 of Jmac Plays Hadean Lands, a interactive fiction text adventure computer game by Andrew Plotkin. Trying something different. You will notice the layout is different than it has been before. It is perhaps less interesting. It perhaps looks more sloppy. The reason is this. I am not going to use the OBS, that is the software I use to broadcast. I'm not going to use its window capture feature to grab video from various windows around my computer and compose them and then broadcast that composition. It is simply broadcasting the pixel by pixel matrix of one of my displays on which I have arranged the Hadean Lands windows, and I can only be so creative in that case. So this is my secondary display you are now looking at, and these are the game's 3 windows displayed at their actual sizes given my current zoom level of the game, and playing with my mic gain a bit. Why am I doing this? Because from what I can tell, this is the only way I have found that definitely, quote unquote, fixes the problem with OBS and screen flickering when broadcasting stuff from a Mac, sadly. So if you're in Windows or Linux and you like using OBS, boy, you're in luck. You can do all the window broadcasting you want, but on Mac, not so much. So until that's fixed, I'm just going to do this because I don't think it looks as cool, but also I think it won't give you a headache or it won't make me apologize all the time. Anyway, back to the game. The last time we were playing, as you can see by, I just sort of reset it just here, we had moved into, and here is the window, and I don't have to do a zoomed view this way. Here's the map, I mean. As you can see by where the pulsing X is, we are in the former burning hall. It is now the charred hall, because the last thing we did in our last session was fling a freshly brewed fire devourer potion at it, and we just recreated that experience. And I don't know why I reset the game after our last session. I guess I did. So the next thing we need to do is get through that door. And this is probably more complicated than I hope. So if we open the door, it'll tell us we can't because it's locked. So we need to find something to eat away at that obsidian stuff. Obsidian stuff, by which I mean obsidian, the material from which the door is made. So we have in the past made a anti-obsidian potion, and let's see if the game will just make us allow us to brew that. What if I just say brew obsidian? I'm flying blind here. I actually don't know. The obsidian door is right here, idiot. Let's do it over here. I do mean the bottle. The game is very kind to us. It allows us to just make the obsidian solvent without having to bend over backwards or find any replacement ingredients, which I feared would happen, but it has not happened. And this is something to rejoice. So let us go to the, I don't know how else to get to the place we're at. Here we are, Charred Hall. Let's do it. So according to the map, which I don't even have to bring forward, this single display, I kind of like it. One can get used to it. We can now enter at long last it's labeled as simply antechamber. I believe it specifically means it's the antechamber of the chancel. Let's go in. Yet another room, a new room, which is becoming a rare occurrence in this playthrough. Oh, it's not that we have to unlock the door, we have to trash the door, so pour solvent on door. You pour a drop of obsidian solvent onto the door. The dark liquid soaks instantly into the black stone, leaving a rough scar. Perfect. You concentrate on the area around the handle, corroding deep grooves into the door substance. After some careful work, the entire locking mechanism falls away, leaving the door swinging loosely. Now we can push our way on in. East, first opening the obsidian door. Antechamber. The high officers presumably wait here and prepare themselves for the solemn rituals of the chancel. That august space is to the north, through a sturdy circular gate which is closed. Well, I'm not terribly shocked at that. The map does show a thick-looking barrier. So I didn't expect we'd be able to trash our way right into the chancel right away. Reading on. The antechamber itself has nothing in particular to offer. The obsidian door to the west is open. A narrow hallway runs south, but a fracture blocks it. 2 papers, a neat sheet, and a faded sheet are lying here. And this, if you follow me on Twitter, was exactly my prediction of what we would find in this new room. Is it pieces of paper? It is pieces of paper. Let's pick them up. And in the act of picking them up, we shall read them. Faded sheet. The Dragon Fulcrum. This ritual requires a bound of metallic quicksilver or a quicksilver amalgam. Place a stone token within and speak Grendel's sealing. Pour vitriol onto the stone, for sulfur and quicksilver are the polar principles of alchemy. Invoke the dragon's name and conclude with the relative anima. But the words dragon's name have been scratched out. Below them is a smudged knot or tangle of lines, as if someone had tried to copy a multi-dimensional structure onto the paper without much success. Well, that's odd, and it brings to mind the strange black alien marks that are marring the marcher here and there, doesn't it? You memorize the instructions and also pick up the sheet, just in case. Neat sheet. If one of a marcher's dragons becomes disorganized, oh buddy, has it ever, the vessel is in serious danger, oh do tell. As an emergency measure, the faulty dragon may be subsumed into an active one, transferring its functions. The composite will be unstable, but may suffice to rig the marcher to a safe berth. Place a fulcrum in the active dragon's lair. A footnote here. Any lair will suffice. In fact, the fulcrum merely provides leverage. Prepare an orderly environment and use the marcher's invocation. Follow with a symmetric sequence to indicate a forward transition. Active dragon consuming damaged one. Conclude with the Dracon invocation. This will summon the active dragon. One can then translate it to the presence of the other. Warning, do not allow the dragon's presence to cross the fulcrum node. You memorize the information and also add the sheet to your bundle of paper. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I have taken a sip of coffee. So what have we learned? We have instructions for fixing a dragon by jump-starting it, pretty much literally, with a working dragon. And we have instructions for making jumper cables, basically. That would be this Dragon Fulcrum. I don't think we have anything that resembles Grendel's sealing. That does not seem familiar to me at all. So that is not a thing that we can do right now. Obviously, there's no going through that fracture. Let's see. What if we try to go north? First opening the circular gate, you reach for the bars, but your fingers go numb and slide away. This gate has a psychic security stricture as well. It feels even tighter than the one on the birdhouse. Okay, so whenever we learn how to open up the birdhouse, we can open up this thing. Because being able to use things twice in adventure games is nice. All right. Well, that's that then. I'm not sure what to do next. Looking at my notes of things to try. Mess with the lead weight increase. We certainly did that already. We did make an aura inscription, and we don't know how to apply it. Oh, we didn't look through the lens in our new room. We certainly have to do that. So make an oculus. Oh, you catch a spark of light reflected in the oculus from somewhere. We're going to do that then. Before we do that, so this is almost certainly not the case, but technically, Charred Hall is different from Burning Hall, and I just want to make sure that there's not a spark in one that's in the other. So just to really thoroughly cover our tracks here, and also to savor the act of looking through the spark we know is there waiting for us to look at it. Nope. Nope. Okay, fine. The oculus reveals a puce spark floating in the air. You focus on the puce spark through the oculus. A new memory comes into focus. Newton presumed that the aether as a medium must be everywhere uniform because physical and alchemical processes were everywhere the same. We now know the contrary. The laws of natural science are properties of the aether, and currents of alien aether flow between certain stars. Marchers rarely venture through these foreign belts, for the slightest shift of chemic law poisons human life. It's lore. That doesn't help us. No, that's cool, but it doesn't help us. You consider these memories. Lore. Okay, and we can't go north. Make an ore inscription. I still can't do that. We've already made a centrality lodestone because we got to the center of the paper maze, so I'm going to cross that off my list of things to try. Let's see. And we don't have the name of the tortoise, right? I just want to make sure that we haven't... No, okay. Run into that at some point. We can't fix a dragon because we're missing something or other up there. Let's look at our list of rituals that we haven't tried yet. So, or imitation. Yeah, or invisibility. Huh. How interesting. We discovered this last time, and I thought I was mistaken. I thought it was a alternate version of what I now see to be aura impermeability, which is listed differently. Aura impermeability is how we got past the bad juju outside of the thing, the medical wing. Hi, Bill. No. What have you missed? We went into the antechamber. I found pieces of paper exactly as predicted on Twitter, and that's it. And I'm now just looking at my notes, figuring out what to do next. So this gives me a invitation to try making aura invisibility. Huh. I wonder... Impermeability is definitely what we used earlier. Invisibility. I could try making this just to have it made. I guess. I don't think that will allow us to get through the security doors. Because it's not a malign force. It's just an ID lock. Try making it anyway, just the heck of it. Let's try making it. Okay, so we definitely have a quartz token. We have the cost ceiling. We can make copper percalcinate. We got Indipotent, Sublime Spirit. Do we have Sublime Spirit? Okay, we can make that. Oh, we need to burn stuff in order to make the Sublime Spirit, so we'll just reset. Now we'll make it. And we need to make copper percalcinate. Very nice. I think that's all we need as far as complicated ingredients. So let's go to the quartz rod. Pick that up. I always like to use the long one. It feels more like a wand. I can tap on things. I do have a Ka ceiling, and my cat accidentally closed the door, locking herself in, and I've got to go help her. One moment, please. I am back. Right. Where were we? I had the thing. Do I have a Ka ceiling? No, I don't have a Ka Sea King. That sounds fun. Ride that around after we're done. Whoops. Apparently I'm standing next to a ritual arc and I accidentally turned it on. Well, that's fun. Well, we do have that. That's fun. That's all we need. Well, we don't have an environment of spiritual peace, so I need to go get the rotor card I like to use so much. And spin that bad boy around until we get the rainbow, which is peaceful, I do believe. Okay, and where are we? Library. And let's just walk over to the nearest lab. Okay. Quartz token in the bound. Speak the Ka ceiling. Sprinkle percalcinate. You empty the vial of copper percalcinate onto the long quartz prism. The green gold grains scatter and are lost. That's not what should happen. I'm going to undo that because I messed something up. What did I do wrong here? Are we not in an environment of spiritual peace? Are things too hot here? Huh. What did I do wrong? I did get the percalcinate back, right? Yes. Maybe it's too warm in here or something. Yeah, it's too hot in here. Oh, it now occurs to me that this would be the appropriate place to do that thing I needed to make the fire devourer potion that needed a fiery atmosphere, and I should have done it here in the Pyrex lab where everything is very hot. This is not a spiritually peaceful place. Let's get out of here. Let's go over to the optics lab. That's my go-to annex. It doesn't stink. Try this one again. Oh, I forgot to go get the quartz. Bah. Wait, did I? No, I left the quartz behind. Dum-de-dum. All right. Make sure we're all set up. Yeah, all right. You take a breath, trace the bound in your mind, and intone the Ka ceiling. The arc begins to glow indigo around the long quartz prism. I will note that when we were doing it in the Pyrex lab, it was glowing palely and not in any lovely Newtonian spectrum color. So this is already looking better. The green-gold grains adhere to the quartz prism, slowly losing their color and are absorbed into the crystal. Good, good, good. Invoke... I don't know how to say that word. I'm going to be honest with you. You begin reciting the formulae that make up the idempotent, that make up that group there. The I group, as I like to call it. After a rigorous chain of axioms and lemmas, the group elements resolve to a singleton. You dribble the vial of sublime spirit onto the long quartz prism. It forms a rainbow sheen, which quickly evaporates. That could be good or bad. Apparently, if we did it right, it represents the evanescence of the soul's name. So there. And now close with elementary binding. You intone the elementary word of binding. The syllables snap cleanly away. The indigo light flares through the clear crystal. When the light fades, idempotent. I'll practice that one for next time. I won't. When the light fades, a symbol shines on the surface of the long quartz prism. And the asterisk has vanished from our alchemy journal. Because we did it. And now we can make it whenever we want. With a command... let's look at the symbol. The long quartz prism is charged with the alchemical sign for invisibility. When you touch to something, the symbol will discharge. So last week I was thinking, well, this is just an alternate way to sneak past the medical wing thing, but now I'm not so sure. And we can... Is there anything else that is threatening where us being seen is a... Well, it's not physical invisibility, it was aura invisibility. But now that we've made it, just for fun, let's try to go to the Grand Stair. And make sure it doesn't work. So according to the journal, this inscription will render the subject aura indetectable to malign forces, though only briefly. So if we try to go through the birdhouse door, yeah, we've already read this. Let's just try it for the heck of it. So what? What are we doing? Did I forget? Did I do my usual trick of forgetting to actually pick up the thing? I did. You press the long quartz prism against your hand. The invisibility symbol discharges with a nerve-grating whine. You feel a sudden sense of distance, as if you were a very long way behind your own eyes. The world seems colorless and still. Oh my god, it worked. I didn't think it would work. Well, that worked. West, first opening the engraved door. The handle is solid in your fingers now, although your hand doesn't exactly feel like part of your body. Birdhouse. Friends, the birdhouse is a circular chamber with no roof. Where are we on the map? Here we are. That is, in fact, a circular chamber right there above the chasm as this map is rendered. It's not open to the sky. It just goes up forever. Badass. The door to the east is open. You also see a cracked flagstone with a gap leading to a crawl space below. Hold the phone. That's not on our map. I'm going to drag it over here so we can see it a little better. The name, if you are wondering, comes from a ring of metal pylons that take up the center of the room. You can see fanciful resemblance to a birdcage, though they don't imprison anything. The Dragon Syndesis, that's how I'm going to pronounce that, is a mandala of alchemical runes inscribed across the curving wall. This one, too, looks lifeless and inert. A fragment of paper lies to one side. The sense of distance fades away. The reality of the world reasserts itself. So that disguise lasts a very short time. As we can see in the journal, though only briefly. So that only lasts about 2 turns, so you cannot pull on your invisibility cloak and then run roughshod over the whole marcher. It is a very brief thing, which that's all we need. We just need to get through one door. And already I want to bust into the chancel with this. But one thing at a time. Get that paper. You don't recognize the handwriting. To combine an aitheric vibration, the transitory structure, with a spark of animation, this is a well-understood technique to create a self-sustaining aitheric form, e.g. memory demons. Or daemons, I'm going to pronounce. Memory daemons. But if the supra-aether, or soul aether, exists, suggests Gopinathon, then the same technique may be applied. You memorize the information and also pick up the sheet, just in case. The reason, Mr. Akon, why we need invisibility to get into this room was that the door to the birdhouse and also we have just discovered the door to the chancel are both locked with a alchemical magical ID mechanism so that only people of certain rank can get in. And if anyone else tries to get in, your hand just goes, the nerves in your hand go numb and they fall away. So I basically just unpersoned myself briefly, and I was just a meat puppet that I could get into the room that way. Apparently is what happened. I just nullified my own aura, and I did not set off the security. Or rather, I did not cause the door's lock to assert itself. All right. Let's check out okay, going from the top to the bottom. I want to look at that crack. It's just a gap in a flagstone leading to a crawlway below. Stick a pin in that. I don't want to leave this room just yet. What if we look up? The game does not permit you to look into adjacent rooms. Okay, fine. Pylons. Yeah, that it really is interesting. I really thought for a long... there's 2 different rituals that let you impersonate somebody, both of which were locked away from us, and then there's this one that just lets you hide your own presence completely. Were the first 2 a very complicated red herring? I do not know. Also not what I expected. Yeah, it was a surprise. Perhaps it will all come together in the end, and we'll be like, now I definitely need that thing. Pylons. Well, there are 16 pylons set in a ring. They're made of some patina dulled metal. You know they have something to do with the strange geometry of the room, which maintains or is maintained by the dragon which lives here. I've already forgotten about the dragon. Like the room, the pillars run upwards to infinity. When you look up, they don't look parallel. They seem to form an hourglass shape. You have no idea whether that's trick of perspective. Oops, missing an article there. Okay, can we just be a smartass? Let's just play around with things. I want to do it. Climb pylons, a terrifying thought. What would you be climbing up to? Fortunately for your peace of mind, the pylons are too smooth to climb. Touch the pylons. The pylons are some dull alchemical alloy. It feels very cold, and your fingers leave no prints. Pylons. I don't have an Oculus anymore. Gotta make Oculus. Gotta do it. Through the Oculus, the pylons rather resemble Yggdrasil. They are the roof tree of the retort. Well, that explains everything. What an obvious and clear mental picture that is. That's good. No, I approve of that. I approve that. I got what I asked for. What if I just look through the Oculus? Everything acquires a colorful, hazy fringe of symbolic association, no sparks flittering about. What did we read again? I'm going to reread that. So, something about memory daemons. It's how you make... Well, if we run into a daemon, it would be slightly a little less mysterious, I guess. Okay, check out Syndesis. It's another broken dragon, so I don't think it'll do us a lot of good immediately. Circles of gray glimmering runes hang on the birdhouse wall. This is Syndesis, one of the Marcher's 4 dragons. Syndesis is responsible for the retort's travel between worlds and its coherence within itself. So here is our main drive, I guess. Something is wrong, however. By all accounts, the circles of runes, like all the others, should be rotating, eternally reading themselves. The color is wrong, too. Syndesis can't be dead, or you'd be stuck in a doorless room, but it clearly isn't working correctly. So we did find... How many dragons have we found? I believe we found 3 dragons, because there's... It's interesting how they appear on the map. So there's one here in the birdhouse. There's one, if I can put it crudely, northwest of us in the observatory, and there's one northeast of us in the paper maze. Actually, no. We already know where the other one is. That would be Barrows, who lives in the Barrowsea. And all the dragons we have found are borked. The thingy we found earlier, the dragon jumper cable ritual implies that in order for the game to be winnable, at least one of these dragons has to have some juice in it. So it comes all down to Barrows at this point. If all 4 dragons are straight up dead, then I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with that. I guess none of them are dead. The game has said that for every single one. But they're all completely broken and inert. So my prediction of what we're going to find is when that happy day comes, when we actually do get to visit Barrows, it will be recoverable by itself, and then we can use that to jump the others. But we shall see. Let us not get ahead of ourselves. Here we are in the birdhouse, and we might be able to get into the chancel, and that is nice. Always look at everything. The Oculus reveals Syndesis as a web of occult relations running throughout the retort. It doesn't look good. The architecture of the Marcher is full of holes. The worst are by the secondary alchemy lab, the chemic lab, the optics lab, and the deck suite. Holes, huh? That's interesting. Well, if there's holes everywhere, but those are just the worst. Now, what is special about... You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity and move my windows around a little bit. You'll have to pay attention. Or bear with me is what I mean to say. Drag. Secondary alchemy lab. Well, that's where we started, of course. What's special about that? It's completely sealed off from the rest of the ship. I guess that's pretty bad. The chemic lab is also completely sealed off from the rest of the ship. I guess those are the holes at which it's saying. The optics lab, yes, also has a room that's utterly sealed off. And the deck suite. Okay. So this is naming places on the Marcher where, yes, where there's normally a door, but the door opens to nothing. The door is completely stuck fast. And given the nature that this dragon is, we just got an implication that it controls the doors, which is to say not just opening and closing them like Star Trek, but making sure that they exist. And all of the places it just listed are places with doors that are visually there but are completely immobile and are messed up due to our circumstances. So that makes sense. That jibes. Okay. Have we looked at the other dragons through the Oculus? It could be that I haven't thought to do that. So I'm just going to make a note to try that. And I'm going to cross off, make the ore inscription, because we actually did do that a long time ago. Look at all the dragons with the Oculus. And I did look at Syndesis. Okay. And now, take another look around. What do we still have to do here? Crawl space. Pylons are mysterious, and yeah, I don't know if they're meant to help us in any way, or if they're merely evocative. I'm gonna recall pylons. No, they're right here. Yes, of course. Let's go down. Okay. Birdhouse crawl. Sounds like a dance from the early 1960s. This space must have been a crawlway, but it's entirely fallen in now. You barely fit, and there's no space to wriggle in any direction but back up. Mysterious. You peer through the Oculus. Everything acquires a colorful, hazy fringe of symbolic association. Why does this exist? Come on. Weird. Okay, so there's a crawl space, and you can't go nowheres. And, yeah. Nope. So if we need to go to the birdhouse and then do something and not leave, but also not be in the birdhouse, we can duck in there. Because this is bringing to mind, like, you know, a classic platform game where you have to, like, dodge a falling spiked ceiling, and there's, you know, a little divot in the floor that you can run to and then duck in until the spikes go back up. I'm imagining the text adventure version of that, and perhaps that's what that is. Yes, let me just keep looking. Okay. And it didn't say anything about it being, like, too dark. So I don't think, like, lighting a lighter would do anything. All right. Well, we found this, and it doesn't give us anything immediately. So I wonder if we can recraft an aura invisibility inscription. Dum-de-dum. To go through that other door. This is the one bit of guess the verb that I do not like in this game, is the specific things about, like, no, I want to make this tool again. But it's not really a tool, it's just a magical device. What was the verb to do a invoke? No, ritual. Was it perform? No. Okay. The verb is perform, and I cannot do it without resetting the game, so I'll just reset the game. And now I'll do it. Haha. And let's run. Now the question is, can I get into the antechamber after doing that? And I don't know. Let's find out. Or did we use up stuff? No, because we used up the phlogisticated gold rod. Okay. Now Now we get to my theory of from way back in the start of the game, of using the phlogisticated electrum as a substitute. And if we're going to do that, now's the time to do that, to make a fire ignition. So let's try that. Boy, oh boy. Electrum phlogistication. I'm doing it. I'm doing this right now. I'm not waiting another moment. I'm gonna go to that yang oil. Come on. Oh, we have to make it? Have we not made yang oil? Oh no, we haven't made yang oil. So many steps. Okay. Let's see. Is that... You don't know what that might be. If we recalled it, but we can't make it. Yes, it is asterisked in our rituals, so we gotta do some chemistry. Alchemistry. Which is Arabic for the chemistry. Measure of mineral oil, check. Catalytic, yes. Passive, yes. Sweet floral, that's new. Essential, yes. Bit of reed pith, I'm sure we have that somewhere. Phlogistical catalysis, I think we can say that. Let's see if we can speak that right now. Yeah, cool. All right. We need to find a sweet floral element. What do we have for impets? We have the ginger oil. I don't want that. Ginger, peppermint, citronelle. That won't work, will it? No. Eucalyptus. Kelp. None of these sound right. Would citronelle count as sweet floral? Sprig of honeysuckle. I think that will do what we need. We haven't used honeysuckle at all, have we? Let's go run over to it. Actually, we're down here. Let's manually walk over. It's been a while. Nice. I don't think we've used this the entire game. It's a sprig of dried, pale yellow honeysuckle flowers. Oh, that sounds good. You wave the honeysuckle, but it's not very aromatic. Really? You can smell... Okay, well, the smell of this place is overpowering. You smell nothing unusual. So many smells. It's doing a little experiment here. Okay. So waving the rosemary doesn't change the smell description of the room to it smells resinous. I'm still going to go with the honeysuckle because it says sweet and floral, but let's try it. I'm going to try it. Right, so what do we need for this? We need to go to the electrum. Why are you being like this? Oh no, we don't have any electrum lying around? Oh dear. Yes, this thing. Okay. I swear we had electrum. that we've used Electrum in the past. Let me look at my notes here. Oh no, we used platinum wire. Really? There's just... this is one of those situations again where one... I'm just going to assume that I ran past it, and that's why I'm going to bring up the notes. Whoop. Let's see what Dan thinks we should be solving next. We've gone through a lot of this game. That feels good. Oh, no, we haven't done that yet. Whoops. Uh-oh. Obsidian door did it. Big ritual. Oh, really? We do? Okay. Hang on. Inferno, North Arcade. Marble door. We did that. Storage note cabinet. Okay, Dan says let's look at the big ritual again. So that would be the grand marriage, or the huge marriage, the marriage. Whatever, let's just recall it. Marcher's Invocation, certainly we have that. Empty bound. Add a signifier of the Marcher. Oh, we do have a signifier of the Marcher's location to the Gestalt, which we didn't have before. Invoke the dragon. Well, no, we don't have that. No. So, yeah, I'm going to say we need to get to the chancel, buddy, because I think we need to get in there. And to do that, I need Electrum, and I really feel like this is a situation where we've totally seen Electrum, and I've just run past it. Whoops, where's too many windows here? Now it's saying any such location instead of taking me to a place, which is... blah. No, okay, that long quartz prism, as you recall. Grr. Well, where would... Fine glass thread, platinum rod. Are we supposed to make the Electrum? What even is Electrum? Yeah. Is it an amalgamation of two things? Like, should I know this outside of the game? Should I know this from playing Dungeons and Dragons? Let's see. It goes copper. Copper pieces are the cheapest ones, and then silver pieces, and then Electrum, and then gold. Is it an amalgamation of gold and... I'm going to look it up on Wikipedia. The heck with this. Yeah. Okay, Electrum is a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver. Okay, we can make alloys. We can do this. Fine. Oh. Yeah. Because after we trash the phlogisticated gold rod to do the thing, to make the thing, then we're still left with a plain gold rod, and we can reuse the plain gold rod to make Electrum. This really smells like the right path. This super smells like the right path. But first we have to make yang oil. I'm sorry, I got really off the path there. We were just making yang oil. Holy smokes. First things first, friendos. Okay, but I think I know what we're doing. So we're going to get some platinum, because that's how you make a catalytic environment. Oh, come on. All right. Now we're standing right there. That's a catalytic environment, buddy. We need some reed pith, and we need to ignite it. Let's see if we have everything. Sweet floral, reed pith, ignite it, phlogistical. I think we can do this. No, we don't have mineral oil. Okay. Let's put the oil in the bound. Mineral oil is in the adjustable bound. And we can only do this in the mechanical lab because this is the only adjustable bound I know of in the game where you can smash wire into it, which is how you make a catalytic environment. That was something we did on our first day, I do believe. Long time ago. That is a dirty lie. We totally know it, but it's hard to spell. You take a breath, trace the bound in your mind, and intone the phlegmatic sealing word. The arc begins to glow green around the beaker of mineral oil. Let's see if this counts as our sweet floral element, even though it says it's not very aromatic, but it's a honeysuckle. It's right in the name. Let's speak an essential nature and see if this works. You intone the word of essential nature. The pinguid nature of the oil rises to the surface, though with an indistinct shimmer. This is not looking good, but it also didn't completely fail. So let's keep going, like an idiot. That is in the bound now. I don't think this is going to work. You hold the torchlighter to the splinter of swamp pith. The swamp pith goes up in a bright flare. You snatch your hand away. Within instants, the swamp pith has been entirely devoured and its flame winks out. That is in distinct... that does not work with the formula, which says, while it yet burns, do this other thing. I mean, let's speak it anyway, but it's not going to work. I think that if we were doing this right, it would burn with preternatural slowness, and that is not happening. You begin murmuring the phlogistical catalysis. It takes some time to run through all the permutations. By the time you are finished, the oil has darkened into an olaginous murk. That doesn't look good. That does not look good. A beaker of unknown compounds rests within the ingestible bound, which is glowing green. So we have made garbage. That is what we have made. I don't think the honeysuckle all by itself is enough of a sweet floral element. Maybe that's citronelle. Go grab another. Oh, now we killed it. Dun 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 dun. Reset. Okay, we get to everything we had to gather. We get to do it all again. Maybe we need to redouble the amount of stuff. Maybe it needs to be sweet and floral from two different sources. Flower is a synonym for honeysuckle. That's very sweet. What are our... Okay, let's just go with this for now. That is everything. Let's try it again. Oh, actually, almost. Never mind. Now, let's get floral. Keep typing honky-suckle. That's not right. Okay. It's different now. Nope. This is not going to work. It's still with an indistinct shimmer. I am not going to waste my reed, burning my reed on this. What if we just keep waving the honeysuckle a bunch of times? No, it doesn't get any better. Foomf. That doesn't help. Sickly sweet flame. Oh dear. Let's undo until we have our honeysuckle back. Just for the heck of it. Now I undo so many times I don't even know where we are in our thing. Nope, that doesn't work. Grab it back. Grab it back from time and space. Okay, that's not how to make an atmosphere, a sweet floral element in the atmosphere. What? This is, oh man. All right. Maybe I shouldn't be hitting my head against this. Usually making sense is SCENTS is the easier part of the ritual, not the I don't know what to do here part of the ritual. I don't know. What else is available to us in the herbarium? Let's go check it out, I guess. Well, we've already grabbed the honeysuckle. Mustard seed doesn't work. Eh. I don't suppose the eucalyptus would work. Have we used that for anything? I don't remember using it. Soapy and bitter. No, that doesn't work at all. That sounds horrible. Dang. Yeah, I don't have any ritual for making smells stronger. I don't have a, So what I thought would happen, this dang yang oil, it continues to haunt me. It's, I have the ritual for it and I still can't make it. I still cannot make this thing happen. My obsession continues that I've had since day one. I'm very sure what we're supposed to do at this point or if not at this point, then soon enough, is we need to get into the chancel. To get into the chancel, you need to both put out the fire and make the aura invisibility thingy. And that in order to do that twice, you need to first to put out the fire, you need to turn that involves igniting the phlogisticated gold rod into elemental fire, which you then extinguish when you're making a potion. That turns it into a normal gold bar, and then you use the normal gold bar to make electrum, and then use the electrum to reignite that into fire, and then you finally use that to make the something or other, one of the ingredients that you need to make a second batch of or a second aura invisibility thing, and you use that to get into the chancel. That makes perfect sense to me. I like the chain of extinguishing the gold, or dephlogisticating the gold, excuse me, and then reusing that within the same loop, or within the same iteration. But we are blocked and frustrated by the non-presence of a flower. And, I mean, there's some plants in the portico. Can we use those? Probably not. But at this point, I just want to see some new stuff. Potted tropical ferns. They're not actually tropical ferns. They're artfully... Yeah, of course they are. Silk imitation ferns. The royal ones kept dying for some reason, and the captain got tired of paying for replacements out of the marcher's purse. Okay. Well, of course. Of course. And I know that the paper garden is made of paper and is not real plants, so that is not going to help us. Yes, I would love a little pointer, actually. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else you can do with the honeysuckle? I am laser focused on the honeysuckle, which I'm sure we have not used. It is a flower, and it has honey right in the name. You should be able to do something with it. I mean, maybe burning it would work, for all I know, but that seems irreversible. I'm going to take a quick break, and I welcome all pointers in the chat. I'll be back in about 46 seconds. Hello. In the chat, Iabervon suggests think back to making a stronger resinous note. I have to say, because I've been only playing this for 2 hours a week, I literally cannot think back that far. Let's look at our things about thing. I know it's in our notes for some of the very early rituals that we were done, so I can look back into those. It's been a long time. So this one, basic rust cleaning, compound the atmosphere with a resinous note. So I know there's a redoubled one. Is it this one? Let's see. It's not the universal one. That's like level 3. I want the level 2 one. Basic rust cleansing, basic tarnish cleansing. Compound the atmosphere with a resinous note. Yeah, I was saying resinous, not resonance. Here's the doubled one. Okay. Let's reread this. Prepare an atmosphere fiery. Prepare brass. Compound the oath. Deeply corroded metal may not yield to the basic tarnish. In such cases, you must locate a more potent resinous element. Rather than the common rosemary or lavender twig, try a branch or cone from an evergreen tree. It may be necessary to crush the element to release its full effect. Okay. Yes, that is indeed a pointer. Thank you for the nudge. Abervon in the chat. Have I destroyed my honeysuckle? I haven't. Because we're masters of time and space, let's see if this verb works. I typed crushed sprig. The dried flowers crumble and sift from your fingers, releasing a burst of honey sweetness into the air. Okay. Very good. I've run halfway across the ship in my panic. Let's gather all our materials again. Okay, I guess I gathered everything except for the swamp pith. Sweet fertile element, reed pith, mineral oil. We have everything except for the wire, which we need to make again. It's right here. Oh. Whoops. I just messed up my own bound. All right. Yoink. Did I already put the thing in the thing? No. This is an acceptable puzzle solution. It speaks to the fact that, yeah, it's playing this game over a long span of time. Like any video game, it's often hard to remember tutorials that you were taught once. In my case, well over 2 months ago, and have not used since. The dried flowers crumble and sift from your fingers, releasing a burst of astonishing honey sweetness into the air. The perfume lingers. Sounds good. Now, the penguin nature of the oil rises to the surface. Full stop. Oh, that still didn't work? Okay, well, it still burned up instantly, and I don't think this is going to work. No, that failed. Boy, that's really disappointing. 1, 2, 3, 4. We really seemed like we were going on the right track there. What went wrong? And I've crushed the honeysuckle, I guess. I'm going to undo a lot here. I'm going to keep undoing until we have the honeysuckle. There it is. Okay. It's glowing green. We spoke the right thing. Okay, that's not a clue. Wait. That's swamp pith. Is there 2 different piths in the game? Am I using the wrong pith? Are there multiple piths? Hang on. Hold the phone. No, read is the pith. That wasn't the problem. Okay. The solution is, here's the thing. We have to ignite it with a flame that is less. All right. I know what we need to do. We need to play with fire. So let's experiment in the Pyrex lab. That's what it's for. We need to find something that burns at a lower temperature than the lighter, and then light it with that. I have failed to make any note on what order things burn in. So, okay, Greenland and blows up instantly. Let's just undo that. Blackwood is not going to blow up at all. Okay, winter oak burns that way. That is not going to work. What if we light... Yellow-white is probably... Hang on. It is. Oh. It does not tell you what color flame shoots out the end. So the oak burns with yellow-white flame, which implies it is hot. I want something that smolders more towards the reddish side of the spectrum. Okay, the maple, just plain old yellow counts. Foof, that's still too hot. Ploof, that is still too hot. Lighting the... Yeah, I think I want to light the linden in a way that doesn't immediately consume it, because that's clearly a low temperature thing. Elemental wood is also burning with the yellow flame. Oh, it's already on fire. Haha. There's more sources of fire in here, like the kiln. What if we get rid of the lighter? And there goes our winter oak. Oh, did we completely... Huh. No, I didn't want to do that. The kiln is not a source of fire. Yes, it is. Arg. This is the burner. No, that's not it. I'm all messed up. Let's redo this. Okay, starting over. Here's our wood. There's 6 of them. Yes. So we know the black wood is super hot, or rather it has a very high ignition point. That is not interesting to us. Cross it off. The swamp pith, having that burn slowly, that is our goal. Cross it off. The green linden also has a very low ignition point. I am focused on wanting to ignite the linden in a way that doesn't blow it up in a single turn. So I want to find something that I want to... Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's not going to work. So the burner does not... I don't know. I thought maybe it was a lower temperature than the lighter. That doesn't make a lot of sense if you think about it. Let's go get the lighter. Go back to Pyrex. What if we specify using the lighter? Okay. We have to specify using the lighter. Otherwise, the Genius Ensign just shoves everything into the burner. Okay, this is progress. Right, then take the pith. That's what we want to do. Wish I could save a checkpoint. Quick save. We forgot to put the thing in the thing. No, no. I wish I could vent things into space. That's what I want to do with the citronella oil right now. Okay. You hold the burning splinter of green linden to the splinter of swamp pith. The swamp pith catches quickly and burns with a barely visible flame. So, you begin murmuring the phlogistical catalysis. It takes some time to run through all the permutations. As you do, the ripple of heat from the swamp pith begins emitting a thin vapor which swirls around the arc. The surface of the oil shimmers. Slowly, the oil reduces and darkens. By the time your formula is complete, the beaker contains just a thin film of orange-tinted oil. Thank God. The bound fades. You lift the beaker and gently decant the yang oil into a fresh bottle. I'm going to declare this a complete victory for the entire game. Everything else after this is gravy. I'm saying it now. Don't eat the chemical substances. You don't know where they've been, but you do have a good idea what they'll do to your insides. Okay. I wanted to. Fine. Why were we doing this? Because, God, so bad. Let's go to the antechamber, which will do the thing. Pachow! All kinds of things happened. We should still have a plain gold rod somewhere, don't we? Yes. The plain gold rod is in the Pyrex store. Why? I don't even know why these things exist anymore. Oh, I guess because we used it to make the thing and we just left it here? I guess. Okay. When we're being automated. Still gold. Oh dear. Does it still exist? Oh boy. Eek. The length of silver chain became the Lodestone of Purity. That implies that we cannot... Well, that implies that we cannot mash this together into the electrum if it's a chain. If it's not... I don't like this. This is not looking good. Oh, I had such plans. Okay, the Rumpelstiltskin wheel. Sure, sure. Well, I mean... the chain is kind of a metal wire, isn't it? Oh, I don't like this. Can we use platinum? No, because no, electrum is definitely gold and silver, right? It's not. It doesn't have platinum in it. No, okay. Is splice a verb? No. How do you actually use this thing? Put... Ugh. Well, first we need to make the gold into gold wire, first of all. Okay. How do you use the thing? Plomp, plomp, plomp. Okay, now we have gold wire. This does not feel like it's going to work. Yeah. Nope. Splicer's feed holes are only large enough for wire. Wrong form factor. I don't suppose we could melt it down. If we have like a mold. No. These won't work. I was hoping there'd be like a rod mold that we could just put metals into and melt them down and then feed them into the wire splicer or into the drawer and then feed the output of that into the splicer. But that does not appear to be the case. Rats. Just for fun. Nope, the silver chain would probably break and clog up the device. And that doesn't work either. So this is a no-go. Unless we can turn the silver into a rod, this ain't happening. And I don't know what to do about this. Yeah, calling out to the chat again. Am I on the right path to making Electrum here? Am I missing something obvious? Was there some lying around? Which is often the case. There's probably just some like in the first room that's been there the whole time. That's usually what's been going on. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know how to make Electrum otherwise. I do not know how to go to silver otherwise. I don't know what other silver is available to me. I guess there's the silver coin. Or is there a silver coin? No. I hate this. Go to another room. Now recall it. Double check that phlogistication ritual. Okay. I don't like double checking things. There's too many things. Ugh. That's what we call it. That's, in fact, not what I was going for. I will reread. The phlogisticated gold is well known, but it is not the only metal which may be alchemically charged. Electrum regium, an alloy of platinum. Oh, what? Come on. Ah. All right. Well, that gives me what for going outside the game for knowledge. No, it's not Electrum we need. We need special Electrum, which is thing. We're not screwing around. Let's just reset. Thank you. Grumble, grumble. Why nickel? Is nickel and moon metal the same thing? What happened? No, I just ground up nickel for no reason. Well, that's fun. No, we don't have gold anymore. All right. Blah, blah, blah. You can't see any such thing. Oh. You begin turning the wheel, and the gold and moon metal wires are pulled into the splicer. Wait, I didn't want that. What was I doing? Fused into a single rod of moon gold. Well, we made moon gold, which is useless to us. I was really... This is bad. This is objectively bad, because the way this puzzle should work... The way this puzzle... I'm going to put my foot down. The way this puzzle should work is you dephlogisticate the gold, and then you immediately reapply the dephlogisticated gold to this. This is how it ought to work. That I'm doing anything else is literally an abomination. I want to go on record with that. All right? Platinum. Sure. My foot. All right, platinum and moon metal. Ugh. Blah, blah. Electromegium. Okay. It's a small rod of royal electrum, heavy metal with a pale silvery gleam. But how do we make a catalytic environment? Because there's two ways of doing it. One way is with the... Is it kelp? Yeah, so this is challenging you because one way to make a catalytic environment is to use the platinum, but you use the platinum to do this, so you're in a loop. But I think... No, that's not it. Is it the eucalyptus? I can't even remember now. No, that's exhilarant. No? Okay, wrong. I can't believe this. Okay, so the only fact I have about how to make a catalytic environment is to use platinum wire, which we just used up. Is there any other platinum? No, we've used it. All right. I'm also thinking that this is entirely wrong, because I now have this fax, which I wasn't seeing before, except I happen to be looking at catalytic environment in my journal, and birdhouse and chancel are on either side of it because alphabet. And birdhouse defensive stricture says the door reacts to your psychic signature, and ensign just can't walk in. And chancel says the gate can only be opened by someone with a recognized psychic signature, which is entirely different than what we were just doing. Or rather, that implies that just nullifying your own psychic signature won't work. And all this work we're doing now, none of this is going anywhere. Which is infuriating. I want to go do a thing. Okay, I was wondering if the characters had moved around a little bit. They haven't. Yeah, here's that thing again. Wait. And at any rate, you need to ignite the electrum from the existing. So you need to make the elemental fire first, and then ignite the electrum after you've logisticated it. Right. Okay. Cool. All very cool and normal. We're in for this for 20 more minutes, friends. I'm gonna look at the hints. I want to make sure. I need reassurance that I'm on the right path at all here. We've done all this. I already have that. Big ritual, yeah, we already did it. No, we definitely have a signifier of the marshal's location, Dan. Don't tell me what I don't have. How do I find... I know I have that. I could skip all this. I've done this. Oh, no. Well, whatever. I did that. What's next? How do I invoke the dragon at the end of the ritual? Improvise. Can I just invoke dragon? No. Okay, keep reading. Substituting another formula at the end. What would work? For invoking the dragon? I don't know. Well, let's just try it anyway. At least we made the yang oil. Again, that's the actual victory condition of the game as far as I'm concerned. So, again, this is just gravy. This is all extra credit. I don't know what we're doing. Reset. Let's just get everything. This feels good anyway. Oh, simple as that? Well, that's a lie. It says get elemental air taken, and I have a scratched bubble empty. Which, no. Did I even ever take air for any reason? I don't think I did. Yeah, that's a dirty lie game. I don't have... It was not taken. No. I have to figure out how this thing works again. Man alive. Aeroclave. just do this? You press, I don't think I've ever done this before. You press the bubble into the needle valve. The valve emits a sharp rising hiss. You can just see the jet of elemental air, like a heat ripple, outside the scratched bubble. After a few seconds, the valve shuts off and you remove the fully charged bubble. The pressure within it gives it a heavy appearance, like clear oil. The glass bubble, slightly scratched with a valve attached. The odd fisheye effect within indicates that it is charged with elemental air. Now we need to ignite. Well, you know what? This is fun. We have all 4 elements, which we've not bothered to do before, so I like this. Cool. Now what? Oh, yeah. Oh, heck. I don't know how to make the thing. Billet, right? Right. Yeah, I remembered. Look at that. So is... There it is. All right. Orderly. Oh, boy. Come on. Oh, I don't remember how orderly environments work. Ugh. Is it the, ugh. Trying to remember where that cube is. I think it might count. Whoops. Grunt. Well. That'll work. Come here, you. Let's just see how far we can get into this just for fun. You take a breath, trace the bound in your mind, and intone the marcher's ceiling. That's not what I wanted. Okay, I guess they're the same thing. Fine, that is what I wanted. The arc begins to glow smoke gray. You put the ephemeris billet on the gestalt shelf. That is our signifier of the marcher's location. Resonance note, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's on me. I didn't read the thing with the thing. Did I remember to put a cube on the thing? Yeah, all right. Dump everything into bound. You twist the bubble's valve and carefully vent the elemental air into the bound. It whisks around the arc and slowly thickens into an indistinct haze in the circle. You crack open the capsule and pour the elemental water into the bound. The sparkling drops never land on the workbench surface. Instead, they whirl around the arc and slowly fade into the thickening haze. The gray light ripples as you push through the arc. The shard of elemental earth does not fall. It hangs in the center of the circle, spinning and spinning until it blurs into the thickening haze. Wow. Okay. This is what happened when let's just read it. Put fire in bound. The gray light ripples as you push through the arc. The elemental fire leaps from the rod. You pull the cold rod back. The flame whirls unsupported in the center of the arc, slowly dimming into the thickening haze. The whirling haze seems to expand and thicken. You sense a ripple in the air outside the bound, which is impossible. You look around. The black marks on the wall are moving, flowing, coming free, being drawn towards the pedestal. That's bad. You hear the walls creaking. You smell blood and copal incense. You feel the whirling force of the ritual against your mind. This is bad, you think. You awaken again. You make your way to the chemic lab, breathe the fungicide, and open the mechanical lab door. Why are we in the... We immediately run to the mechanical lab for reasons unknown to me. Blah, 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 you notice a fresh sheet of paper by the door. That wasn't there before. Okay, I will note that in classic Invisiclues, this is how Infocom wrote their Invisiclues, is you're supposed to read only as much as you need to. And I think I did it right, because I think, well, we'll see. We'll see. The paper appears freshly written, but you don't recognize the script. A homunculus is not a daemon or a servant. It is a seed of animation without volition, a quickening spark. It cannot act or move on its own, but in combination with other works, it may become something greater. What? This doesn't tell us anything. I mean, sure, but... okay, you know what? Maybe the dragons have to work. Quickening spark sounds good, I guess. Holy mackerel. I'm gonna read Dan. I'm just gonna keep reading Dan's hints, man. I don't know. Have we opened all the doors in this? Okay, okay, you need to open the north. We did that, did that. Yeah, we did that. But, that definitely says great marriage. We did all that stuff. Yeah, we did that. The ritual takes over from there. Okay, I'm lost. So we did everything right. What is my goal? I guess, you know what? No, I'm just going to call it. Let's just call it early tonight. I'm clearly a little bit cranky. We made progress. We're clearly... we crossed over to another act of the game, is clearly what has happened here. Thanks to Dan's hint book for... thanks to folks in the chat for giving me hints that I definitely needed, even if they didn't get me to any satisfying place. Again, we did completely win the game because I was able to make Yang Oil, which is the true victory condition. I wish to assert again. And yes, I don't know how to make the thing, and I don't want to make the thing anymore. I put that outside of my mind. And we'll worry about what to do next week. Thank you all for joining me. I do plan on playing for a couple more hours or so next Sunday the 20th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll pick up from here after the big ritual, which had horrible things happen. please follow this YouTube channel on which you found this video if you'd like to be notified of more videos where I play more games. And I'm on Twitter at jmac.org, and I'm on the web at jmac.org, spelled differently.